3, 2, 1.
Fuego Sports
All right.
TV.
What's up, Fuego? This is Mad CityCards. I'm Aaron.
Ben.
I'm Mad City Jake.
Mad City Jake. We're just going to be reading off these questions for you. We'll just start with the first one. We're just going to each say a little bit on the question, on the topic, if you will. Okay, let's go. So, first question is, let's get my dual screen setup going. First question is, where are you guys from?
I mean, I'll speak for all of us. We're all from beautiful Madison, Wisconsin. As many know, the city of Four Lakes, South Central Wisconsin, and a beautiful city.
Yep, that's what a lot of people know it as, the city of Four Lakes. So how and when did Mad CityCards get started?
Ben, you want to answer this one?
Yeah, I'll take this one. Well, this past summer, 2019, we thought it'd be fun to go to our local Target and rip some wax, take a dive into our nostalgic past. And, it's something we loved to do as kids, so we thought we might pick it up again. And we were quickly, I guess, re-engulfed in the hobby. And, we started with the 2019 Bowman and eventually, started opening more and more packs. We had some good luck with those. And, later in the summer, we decided to, create our own brand, Mad CityCards, and further explore the card world.
Yep.
I don't know if you're looking at it.
And just something I want to personally add is I was looking back on my eBay purchases, and exactly a year ago from the 29th of April, I purchased my first ever sports card on eBay.
Wow.
I purchase sports cards at stores all the time, but first ever one on eBay, April 29th, 2019, I believe.
That's crazy.
So this next question is, who came up with the idea? Jake, you want to hit on this one?
The idea of Mad City Cards?
Yeah, just idea
that was
of just like, how do we, like, I guess I kind of relate.
How do we form? Like, how do we get back into it?
I guess like how we.
Well,
my interpretation is how we kind of chose to create our own brand. Now.
How did we create to make Mad CityCards?
Well, personally, I had a lot of older cards from when I was younger. I went through them and found a few that had some value, so I thought it'd be cool to like create an Instagram account and just kind of share them with other people, like what I had. And turns out a few of those cards were actually worth a lot of money. So I don't know. For me personally, that was my motivation to create this brand.
Yeah, and I can just add something to that is, we were collecting cards for you guys correct me if I'm wrong on this, but we were collecting cards for a little bit, and we weren't really doing much with them. We just we didn't really, we just keep them to ourselves. And then a buddy of ours, Stay Freaky 34, he said, you guys should make an Instagram page. Like, you might, like, people will see, you can see cards that you like, other people have, and other people will see cards that you guys have that they like, and it's just a great community on there. So that's kind of just, it's kind of just a group decision as a whole. It's like, this is the next step moving forward.
Yeah, I would agree.
And so next question is, what is your channel or page about?
I mean, for me, I think it's just a way of showing off our cards, and I guess Instagram has offered us an amazing platform for us to do that. And we also like to buy and sell cards. Makes it very easy to avoid eBay and all their fees. And also, we just like to communicate with other card collectors and share with them, what we have to offer, and see what they're into, who they're investing in, and we can share the same about us. And yeah.
Jake, you got anything to add to that?
Well, we kind of just stay engaged with our audience by like incorporating highlights. We've been doing that as of late, just to kind of show our love for the game, as well as like explaining the sentimental value of some of the cards to us, and like why we chose them, why they're important to us, all that.
I would say we're a pretty age-friendly page. We have a lot of people who are following us who are like younger kids who we've talked or spoken to directly, I got some followers who are 12. And we also got some guys who I've met who are 45, 50, and they're everyone just comes together, share the same passion, and we're just a good platform for everyone to just connect.
Mm-hmm. Aaron or Jake, maybe one of you want to touch on our YouTube channel or our TikTok?
Yeah, I can. If Jake wants to talk about the TikTok, I can talk about the YouTube. I don't
Okay,
want to throw you
well,
under the bus, but
our TikTok, we just kind of share some of our cards. I don't know, we add music to the videos, make it fun for people who are maybe new to sports card, kind of introduce it to them. If you don't know, the TikTok has a For You page where it kind of randomly generates our posts on other people's accounts. And maybe that'll be like a sort of way to, I guess, just introduce the card world to those people. And
mhm.
maybe they'll find us and follow us on Instagram, check us out. And I don't know, it's just kind of a way of expanding our brand.
Yeah, I think it reaches like a different like audience too for us. It's like there's people because I mean that the videos can kind of show up randomly. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like if someone wasn't necessarily into cards and they saw us and they could get into cards. That's happened on a couple
Yeah.
occasions. But for the YouTube, we just posted a few videos, just doing some like fun videos with our fans, with our colleagues, whatever it might be. So
Hmm.
just trying to branch out in all aspects of the social media platforms.
Yeah, going off of that, I mean, Instagram is great, but it can only allow us to spread so much.
Hmm.
And TikTok is a up and coming app and allows for a great opportunity for growth. And YouTube as well, obviously one of the biggest social media platforms out there, just allows us to diversify our content a bit and create different avenues to spread our cards, I guess.
Right on. And just something I'm gonna just touch in quick is there's potentially a Facebook group being created for Mad City Cards. I don't want to talk too much about it. This is the first time you've ever heard it, though. Anyone has ever heard it. So just stay tuned for that. We're working out the the little nuts and bolts of it, but might have that up soon. Um, I mean, the free advice or what services do we offer? I guess I can talk about the first service is a lot of times when people come to us with questions, we're always open to answering them. There's a lot of people who have questions about like cards, whether something's a good purchase and like how to do stuff like submit cards to grading and all that kind of stuff. So we give free advice to, just stuff like that. And we also, we do sometimes help with like, if someone asks us who's a good player to invest in right now, we'll give like some help on that. But we don't want to take responsibility if the guy flops or whatever. Um, this is something though that we've been discussing for a while. Ben, why don't you talk about the box breaks that we potentially might be getting into?
Yeah, I mean, as many of you card collectors know, a lot of Instagram pages like to do breaks, hobby boxes, and stuff like that. So we were thinking about kind of diving into that avenue. It's a great way for us to connect to the community and for people to get cards potentially for pretty cheap, for good value.
Hmm.
It's a way for us to maybe gain some profit as well. But it's an exciting opportunity that hopefully during the summer, if things clear up, we'll have the opportunity to do.
Hmm. Jake, you got anything to add about the services?
The services, well, we sell and potentially trade cards depending on what you have.
Hmm.
We'll let you know who we like. You can tell us who you like, and more than likely we'll have something for you. So
Yep. Just trying to move inventory and gain inventory. That's pretty much
Yeah.
what it comes down to. Um,
Hmm.
I guess this can be a three. Like we each can have our own opinion on this question. What's your favorite sport? Jake, you want to start with this one?
My favorite sport is baseball. I played it since I was like 5. Grew up a diehard Brewers fan. I went to the Game 5 of the NLDS in 2011 versus the Arizona Diamondbacks, and Nigel Morgan hit his walk off. One of the greatest moments of my life.
It's a very iconic
It was
moment.
wonderful.
I mean,
And
I don't think I could have said it much better. Yeah, baseball is probably my favorite sport. Grew up playing it. Grew up loving the Brewers. I wasn't at the 2011 NLDS game, but I did see some pretty cool moments. Ryan Braun's grand slam, one of his grand slams I was there for. So
Against the Phillies, was it?
yes,
I
it
was
was.
I was at the game too. It was great.
Oh,
Great moment.
yeah, right.
Great moment.
So big Brewers fan, ride or die.
Hmm. And I would say the same thing. Baseball. Favorite sport. Brewers fan. Going to a lot of games. Just love watching them on TV. I wasn't, unfortunately, at the wild card game, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
was
Game 5 NLDS.
Game 5 of the NLDS. However,
Oh,
I was at Game 6 of the NLCS in that same year when they lost to the Cardinals. Prince Fielder's last game, I actually had his last at bat on video on my flip phone or whatever it was. So yeah, just baseball all around for all of us, and it shows in our cards and interests.
don't get us wrong. I mean, we're still big Packers and Bucks fans.
Hmm.
I mean,
Badgers too.
yeah, we like to watch football and basketball as well, and collect those cards as well.
So yeah, kind of similar to that last part. What do you guys like to collect?
Ben, you want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm a big baseball guy, so a lot of newer baseball cards, say from 2010 to now. So yeah, I mean, big Brewer collector. I do like collecting basketball and football. I got a little Jair Alexander PC coming along, so yeah, just kind of expanding my inventory right now, but mostly baseball.
What I like to collect is mostly Brewers. A couple of the players I like to collect are Orlando Arcia, Keston Hiura, and Christian Yelich. Those are probably the three big ones. For them, pretty much anything, rookies, autographs, whatever I can get my hands on for a good price. So, yeah.
And then for me, I would say similar to what these guys said, basketball, baseball cards, like Ryan Braun cards, Dante DiVincenzo, Davino cards. I also like bobbleheads. You can see in Ben's backdrop, he's got a couple bobbleheads and stuff like that. I like bobbleheads, pictures, signed photos, jerseys, whatever it might be that's sports related, but mainly cards. Now this one I was talking to Ben about earlier off camera in the green room. This one's any influences? Ben, you want to touch on those?
I mean, I think for me personally, I'm sure for both of you guys, but Gary Vaynerchuk, also known as Gary V, I think he's a big inspiration both for the entrepreneurial side of our brand, but also he's a card collector as well, and I think he's done a great job of trying to convey the I don't say importance, but the value of card collecting to a younger generation that is able to reach through social media mostly. And so I think he made us realize that we can make some serious money off this hobby. And, he's a big motivation. Just motivates my socks off.
Yeah.
So,
something I guess the phrase we like to use when we're talking about Gary V is he's the type of guy that makes you want to run through a wall, if that makes sense.
oh yeah, a brick wall.
Yeah, you're watching one of his videos and you're just motivated. You want to get out there and just get into the workforce. Just try to do your daily hustle. It's just a great influence for us. Jake, you got any other influencees?
Sure. One guy that comes to mind when I think of influencers is my man Jeff Wilson over at Sports Card Investor. When I was first starting out, I didn't really have a whole lot of knowledge of what cards had potential and what players to invest in from a monetary standpoint. So he gave a lot of great advice. I think the past summer of what you should go after and what'll help you gain the most profit. So yeah, he really helped me starting out.
Yeah. And I would say just something relating to that is because when we first started like buying cards and all that, we weren't really thinking of it from like an investment standpoint. We're mainly just collecting. So kind of just watching him, it kind of gave us kind of like similar to Gary Vee. It just gave us more of a mentor in how to sell
Hmm.
cards and make profit off of it and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I would agree with both those guys. Um, that was the fun part. The question is, what is the most valuable sports item that you own currently, or that you previously owned? We could go that
Yeah, well, I know you guys just made a YouTube video about this. Go check it out at Mad CityCards on YouTube.
way.
But I say probably the most valuable card I've ever owned was the Julio Rodriguez first Bowman auto, uh, green shimmer out of 99. Lucky with the PSA 10. Sold that. Sadly, but money talks.
You want to say how much you sold it for?
Around $1,000. So it was a pretty big paycheck. Um, right now, I mean, sports items. I got some nice jerseys. I have a life-size Tiger Woods cutout that's holds some value. Cards wise, don't have a lot of really expensive cards at this moment. Do have a Devontae Adams rookie patch auto, but yeah, a lot of you guys.
Jake?
Well, my most valuable card I no longer own. Um, brings a tear to my eye every time I think about it. But it has to be the 2013 Topps Update Christian Yelich Gold Parallel number to 2013, graded PSA 10. I sold it for $700 when the market was booming, but I felt like I had to take the money, and I reinvested, or not reinvested. I used some of that money to uh, buy more Yelich cards. So
That's a reinvestment.
I mean,
Yeah, it's a solid reinvestment.
you make money, you
Hmm.
still get some Yelich cards. So
Aaron?
And I would say kind of like the most expensive card that I owned was probably this Shea Gilgeous-Alexander Prism out of 75. I sold that like a month ago for about $300. Um, right now, it's probably the Keston Hira like black border out of 69 Heritage. I still got that. It's probably the most expensive card that I own. What is the favorite sports item? Not dependent on the value.
Jake, you want to start this off?
hmm. Well, I have a Giannis signed basketball, mini basketball, probably my favorite. I think he signed it either his rookie or second year, so different signature, pretty cool.
For me, one of them would be my Ricky Weeks signed baseball. Ricky Weeks is a former second baseman for the Brewers. My favorite player as a kid growing up, and holds a lot of sentimental value. I got it at a Brewer game, and it's actually right behind me, right there. And also, I have a Bill Hall. I think you Brewer fans will know who he is. Mother's Day legend. I have his Mother's Day bobblehead. It actually used to be my grandfather's, so holds a lot of value. I don't have it with me now. It's actually back at school. So, but yeah, those are probably my favorite.
And I would say my favorite is probably the Yelich signed jersey that I have. I met him like a month before he won the MVP award, so it was kind of cool to see him and actually see him sign the autograph and everything. And it's a pretty cool item to have. I don't think I'll ever sell it. So, all right, next question: what should people know about Mad CityCards?
Aaron, you want to take this one?
Yeah. So I would say, like, the first thing is, as you can see, we're three college kids. We're not like, people who have like jobs or any of that stuff. Like we work obviously, but
Well,
we're
have a
not
job,
like
a full-time
we
job.
don't have like a career job that's so we have a lot of free time, and we like saw like this opportunity, so we decided that this is something we want to do. We're passionate about it. We're gonna do it the right way, And to be quite frankly, you can edit this part out if you want, but we busted our asses to get to this point. So, I mean, I would just say like, you know, it's just a thing that we built together, and it's just super organic. And we're just grateful to be in the position we are, and we just want to thank the people. We just want to thank the people.
We're all for the community.
And kind of just building off that, something we've gone off the for the people part, something we've began doing late last baseball season, and hopefully we'll get to do this season if there is a 2020 MLB season. Is when we go to Brewer games, we like to bring a stack of Brewers cards with us, base cards, and we like to give them out to kids who will appreciate those cards that for us might not hold a lot of value, but for them, they could, and could get them into the hobby as well. So we like to make a positive impact, and I think that's our main focus as a business, is just positively impact not only the card community, but the sports community in South Central Wisconsin.
Yes, I mean, just kind of add the cards mean something to us because they're Brewer cards. Obviously we're not going to throw them away, but the heat-ons that they give to another kid are greater than what we would get from them just sitting them in a box. So just a great thing to do. The next question is favorite athlete. Now, I just want to say before we're going to each answer this separately, we couldn't narrow it down to one person. It's just too hard to. So we did our top 3, 4, do 3 or 4 favorite athletes. Ben, you want to start?
Actually, Jake, do you want to?
Jake.
That's on you.
Okay.
Top 3.
This is kind of off the top of my head. First off, I'd like to shout out Charlie Somm, Team USA.
Yep.
Was he committed to Stanford? No.
Yeah, Stanford
baseball commit.
Stanford.
Got the brains.
He's one of my favorite players. Obviously, he's a partner of our account. Christian Yelich, another favorite player of mine. Giannis, A-Rod, the GOAT. 2 GOATs, actually. Yelich, another GOAT. So 3 GOATs, 3 MVPs, all from the state of Wisconsin. Yeah. Doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah. For me, obviously, Rogers, Giannis, and Yelich are they got to be your favorites. But kind of branching off of that, say Devontae Adams is another one of my favorites, best receiver in the league.
Year after year.
Great receiver. Another player I really like to watch is Francisco Lindor. Best shortstop in the league, but he's an exciting young player, and I've been following him for a while now. And actually, Aaron, I know you and I have kind of started to do this, and I think Jake is too, but we started to kind of branch off into the soccer world. We started to explore that. And I think one of my favorite players right now is Kylian Mbappe. He plays for Paris Saint-Germain in the Ligue 1 in France. And he actually just won another I think he won the leading goal scorer in that league for the season just recently. But, he's a really exciting player to watch. And as we kind of expand into the soccer world, definitely going to be looking to collect some of his cards.
For sure. I would say my top 3, kind of similar to these guys, would be Giannis, Yelich, and Rogers. Just to switch it up a little bit, I would say, going back 5 years or something. Well, I guess Rogers still, but I would say one of my favorite players was Donald Driver, great receiver. And then also probably Monte Ellis. I liked him. Bucks guy. Some of my old heads know who he is. So just those are just. Obviously he's gonna be Giannis, Yelich, and Rogers for.
Yeah. What about Bronny?
Bronny too. That's all-time favorite. I'm sorry, no disrespect Rogers, no disrespect Giannis. You guys are great, but Ryan Braun, Hebrew Hammer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna cry if I keep talking about him. But, all right. Next question is a favorite team. I guess we kind of touched on this earlier, but.
Milwaukee Brewers.
Milwaukee Brewers.
We've been diehard fans our whole lives, through thick and thin, through the best moments and the worst moments, and we're gonna stay like that for life. So.
Yep. This is a fun question, Any advice for sports card collectors? I mean, I can just say something right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Is, I would say if you're new to this and you're just starting, you got to believe in yourself, because who else is going to believe in you? You know what I'm saying? If you
Exactly.
can't believe in
Yeah.
yourself and you can't, have these dreams about, having this card collection and all that, then nobody else is going to, help you get there. So you gotta kind of do it on your own and power through those moments.
Exactly. Another thing I would like to add is, you know, when you're collecting, the big thing I push is try to look past the big name players, because they're going to be expensive, and a lot of people are going to have those cards, and I tend to look for the underrated kind of players who have a lot of potential to grow, not only become better athletes, but become more valuable in the card world, and also got to avoid that regional pricing at your local card shops. Try to oftentimes they like to bump up the prices for the local teams.
Yeah.
Try not to overspend
unfortunate.
your LCS.
Jake, do you have anything to add, or I can add something?
I would just say, like, collect what you like. Obviously, it's going to be much more enjoyable collecting players that you like. Just because everybody's collecting Ronald Acuna doesn't mean you have to collect him. I mean, if your favorite player is, like, I don't even know, it could be anybody. It could be Bryce Harper. It could be Manny Machado. Even
Trey
somebody who's not very
Mancini.
likable to others. Trey Mancini. Praying for his health.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really matter who it is. It's all, at the end of the day, it's how you feel. And if you're having a positive experience from card collecting, from collecting players you like, then good for you, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say similar to that is, like, yeah, just collect who you like, and uh, whatever brings you the most joy to have in your collection, do that by all means, and don't listen to people who are just in it for the money and just want you to buy, like, the high end or the high name players. It's good advice. All right, the last question is there anything else you guys want to add? I can add one thing, unless Ben, you wanted to say something, but
No, you go ahead.
I think we all can say this from experience, and just from the heart, where our Mad City logo is printed on underneath the heart. We just want to say big thanks to Fuego Sports TV. This guy's a class act. He reached out to us, and he's just always just been a great guy from the beginning of this process, and he believed in us when not a lot of people did. So we've been through some adversity. We want to wish him some good health. He's dealing a little bit of a cold or whatnot. We just want to wish you some good health, man, and you got a fire Fuego YouTube channel and Instagram page. So just from all of us, thank you. And you guys got anything else you want to add?
I just want to say, follow Mad CityCards on pretty much every social media: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok are our three main ones. And subscribe to Fuego Sports TV. He's got a great channel.
Mm-hmm. Jake, anything?
I would like to shout out a partner of ours, Sugenian's Flooring Company, located in Madison, Wisconsin. We've been providing our carpet / hardwood / you name it flooring services since 1947. So yeah.
And they got great salespeople there. Great.
Oh yeah.
People, and great
Very
warehouse
nice
workers
people.
too. If you ever need stuff delivered, make sure you tip your warehouse people when they deliver your carpet, though. Don't be a meanie and don't tip them.
Especially nowadays, it can be stressful and tough work. So
yeah. All right, I think that should do it for the interview. I'm gonna stop the recording.
Fuego Sports TV.